And let us finish the... What's this, the 11th chapter? Yes, the 11th chapter of The Secret of the Indian, which is called Ruby Lou. We've met Ruby Lou, who is Boone's girlfriend of sorts, and we have also met Tickle, the piano player. They are going to recover Boone from the desert. And Ruby Lou has just picked up Patrick to carry him with her. And before Patrick knew what was happening, she had thrust him into the front of her dress, which, once he got over the slight embarrassment, was just like being in the front row of the dress circle in the theater, or maybe in the bow of a very large ship. Ruby Lou slapped Tickle's hand away when he reached for one of the abandoned drinks, and swept out of the saloon with Patrick just ahead of her like a miniature figurehead on an old-fashioned galleon. She got him to point out Boone's horse, and before you could say "Howdy," she had stuck her high-heeled boot in the heavy stirrup, and in a flurry of petticoats and red satin had swung herself into the saddle. Patrick found himself at skyscraper height, with a fantastic view of a street that was somehow familiar. Then he remembered, of course, it was the street Boone had drawn for them that time in the art lesson at school. There was the jail, and across the way the livery stables, the dirt road with the horses and wagon, and the doctor's sign in the general store. The only thing that wasn't there was people, though he thought he saw a few curtains twitch in some windows and the door of the sheriff's office hastily closing. Tickle, meanwhile, had hurried to where his horse and buggy were parked, and climbed onto the driver's seat, picking up the reins and giving them a shake. "Praise the Lord, I'm ready to go, Ruby," he called in his squeaky voice. "Okay, fellas." She kicked the horse, who reared a little, giving Patrick a fright, but Ruby sat her mount as steady as a rock. "Get on there, hoss! Find Boone!" cried the intrepid Ruby Lou, and the next moment they were galloping down the empty street, leaving Tickle to follow in a cloud of dust. And that is the end of chapter 11.